few years ago, well, I know exactly when it was. It was January 2020. And so this was pre-pandemic, right? Before anybody knew, well, most of us, let's just say, knew what was about to hit the fan. My mastermind was going to Hawaii. And I think at the end of 2019, I just had this crushing kind of year. I mean, it was like one thing after the other. I was like, okay, we had some business finance things. We had a tax bill that resulted in a credit card bill that was resulted in, okay, it was a really tight spot. We had a loan that needed to come through, hadn't come through yet. I was doing an Ironman and knew that I shouldn't. It wasn't the right time. Had to move suddenly in June to get out of a moldy house. So moved to Scottsdale. Hadn't really wanted to move. Once I was there, I was fine. It was actually kind of exciting to move. But then I was in the winding down of last few weeks. I had to go speak at a conference in Dallas, and last few weeks of training for the Ironman, that gets a little tense and you're a little nervous as it is. That I was accepted for a TEDx talk. You don't say no when TEDx calls. And so I had about 4 weeks to get ready for that. In between, I had a weekend conference that I was already booked at going to. I was supposed to be training over the weekends for this race and the last few, longer events that I was going to participate in before taper. Then I had to go present at this conference for another weekend. So it was a crazy time and super stressed. And then my mastermind was having a meeting in Hawaii and I desperately wanted to go, but my finances were like, oh my gosh. Right. And in the end, I had talked to a good friend and mentor of mine, and I said, I don't know if I can afford this right now. And she just said, that's not the question. It's like, what do you need to do to be able to go? That's the question. And so I'm going to be asking you that today. If there's something that you want to do or that you need to do, because listen, let's face it, it was Maui. So yes, it was fun and it sounds like tropical paradise. And it was. It was like my favorite place in Maui. Kanapali Beach, been there several times and love it. But it was a mastermind and it was training and we get in deep when we enjoy ourselves. Obviously, we go to Hawaii and do it, but we get in deep, with our marketing and our discussions on growing our business and collaborating with each other and how we can grow other people. And it's work, while we're doing it. So I needed it for the growth as well as I needed it for the break. And yet I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And just was reminded that's not the question. I'm Deborah Atkinson. You're listening to She Means Fitness Business, which is hosted by my business, Voice for Fitness. And at Voice for Fitness, we know that you want to be an inspirational example to midlife women. In order to do that, you need a profitable health and fitness coaching business. And the problem is a lack of clients or a lack of revenue, which makes you feel uncertain about whether you can succeed. We believe you deserve consistent, dependable revenue from clients that you love. And I understand how this feels. I've been there too, which is why I now train fitness pros internationally. And here's how I do it. I meet with you on a call. I create a plan with you. We co-collaborate on where you are and where you want to go. And then we celebrate your growth, every baby step along the way. So book a call. And in the meantime, get your business scorecard to download. You can self-assess. I put it all together based on the blueprint and that I teach about how you build your marketing, how you build your sales, how you ultimately will build your team and your systems within all of that. but you can assess where you are right now, even if you wear all of the hats. I did too. Many of us did. And in fact, I think it's the best way to start. But this is also that you can stop feeling like your dream may be slipping away while other, less qualified, heart centered coaches make sales and they get more clients. And instead, you can start increasing your revenue by at least 5,000 a month in the next 90 days. Okay, so let's get back to this. Is there something that you want to do right now and you can't afford? So maybe it is pouring back into your training and you're looking for, I need a coach, right? To really help me do this and get some lift. But then probably in your brain, you're playing this game of I can't afford a coach. So until I'm successful, I can't afford a coach. And once I'm successful, I don't need the coach. I don't have time for the coach. It's a game, right? Then you keep arguing with yourself. But here's the deal. Let's talk about ways to generate revenue and make whatever it is that you want happen. Right now, I'm in a tight spot where I'm actually looking at good problems. These are good first world problems. I have a daily operations guy who I'm fortunate to have been with for about 3 years now, not always in that role or capacity. And he's ready to come on full time. And I've got a marketing EA who's doing a fantastic job, who I want to keep around. And she's just closing in on her first 90 days. It's time for a review and to decide during that trial period, where are we at? What are we going to do? And I want to bring her on too. So right away, I can see, the cash register flipping, money past my eyes. And yet it's like, no, wait a minute. What we need to do in the business in order to make that justified is, make X amount more. And it's like, well, that's not that much. They're going to free me up to do more of the things I can do. They're going to help create products and the marketing to get things ready for sale sooner, get them in front of more eyeballs. So there are ways you make it work. The question should never be, can you afford it? But it should be, how can I make this happen? Sometimes you spend money and sometimes you invest it. So right now I'm looking at hiring a new customer service team member and onboarding my EA after a 90-day trial. Both of them will cost me more to keep them because they're good people. That's what happens when you hire good people. But that's the question I have to ask myself. How can I make this happen? If a course or a training is going to make you more money by making you more marketable, it's an investment. I want you to think twice, though, about a certification, by the way, especially if it's another certification. When was the last time you ever had somebody ask, are you a certified trainer? And upon your response, either hire you or not hire you? I'll tell you when, never. People don't ask that anymore. They just want to know if you can help them. Do you do that? Do you train? They're not asking, are you a certified trainer? It doesn't matter. It rarely comes into the conversation. It is, in fact, 5 to 10 years ago, it was about the fourth thing people cared about. First, it's like, do you work with people? Are you available? Could you help me? How do you work? How much is it? Those things come first. So is it, right, that you need to be a trainer or certified trainer? I don't think so. Trainers are a dime a dozen. Health coaches becoming the same. Does it teach you how to support fixing the hormone balance a woman reveals from her signs and symptoms with exercise? Or does it teach you, the certification does it teach you how to coach her to be accountable to changes? Those are two different things. Or is what you need something that will teach you how to use the right words and avoid the wrong ones to get clients in the first place? I can help you with all three of those things, but only if you know where your biggest challenge is. Get the business scorecard, by the way, that I mentioned in the intro, because this will tell you right away where you should be pouring the majority of your time. The degree to which I can help you get clarity and revenue is in direct relationship with how clear you are on your biggest problem. So let me ask you this. Are you a health coach? Are you a trainer? Are you a consultant? Here's 3 questions that will tell you which you are. Are you a health coach or not? Are you overcharging or undercharging or just right based on the services that you provide? And that's why we're asking that. Do your customers want a coach, or do they want a trainer, or do they want a consultant? Here's the difference. A coach asks questions and helps develop the client's ability to make their own decisions. A consultant tells a client what to do. Like somebody hires a consultant to come in, take a look at my business, tell me exactly what to do. And I could do that, but a lot of businesses or personal trainers actually don't want that. They want to build their own and they want to blend their passion and their skills. And actually, I want that for you too. So do we do a mixture of consulting and coaching, right? But here's what a trainer does. For a minute, I want you to leave behind the word personal trainer. Just think trainer, because a trainer can be in any industry. A trainer teaches the client to do something for themselves. So think about these 3 things again. A coach develops the personal skills for decision making in the client. A consultant tells a client exactly what they need to do to be successful. A trainer trains the client on what to do. So you may be doing all 3. Right? But I'm going to guess that even though we call it personal trainer, you probably do a blend of things. You tell them what to do and you take them through it. But let me just tell you, I bet you're not 100% of a coach, because otherwise you're just asking your client what it is they want to do and how they want to take action. So if you're doing some consulting, then you're telling them what to do. Like, these are good choices. And in coaching, you're asking them, which ones of these things are you willing to commit to? That's a blend of both. And it's a little bit more comfortable. It makes the client empowered, feel autonomous, like they are going to be able to handle this going forward. And I would also bet this, that people usually, what they want when they hire a personal trainer is a consultant to tell them exactly what to do. Or I'll share in a trainer, in a different sense of the word, what clients say is this: tell me exactly what to do when we're at our sessions. And they also say, tell me exactly what to do between sessions. And based on your experience, isn't that right? I'd be willing to bet that you're nodding your head. Yeah, that's absolutely right. They want to know how to close the gap between where they are and what they want, or where they want to be. But if you are truly a trainer, some larger fitness corporations that would hire you as a trainer will frown upon you doing a really good job. Why? Because a trainer, remember, the role of really a trainer teaches someone how to do it. If they learn how to do it, they're like, bye-bye, I got this. Thanks. I'll do this on my own. Because that's what many of them think. I mean, consider this. They buy those 3-session packages at entry level rate when they first join. What do they want? They think they're going to walk away after 3 sessions with, now I've got enough to do it on my own. Or they're going to take advantage of that first complimentary session, thinking they're going to control how that goes and the questions they ask so that they can then do it on their own. They often want a trainer, literally somebody who is going to train them how to do that and then be done with you. So, personal training, people often blend it together, clients and trainers. And it's not wrong. I'm not saying that, if you blend them, it's wrong. But I think you will be more empowered now knowing the distinction. Which hat do you have on right now? And each of these hats, if you're actually doing them according to certifications or licensing, there is boundaries that you need to observe in scope of practice. A coach It's client-centered work. It is not about you. It's about asking them what it is they want, asking them the questions, helping them realize when they're stalled, why they're stalled. So, what a coach does is give up the expert advising. Wearing your coach hat, you would ask a client what she's willing to commit to doing, what she wants. When they ask, are you a coach? If you're doing this, you can say yes, but you might need more. Is coaching enough? They might need you to be a consultant to tell them exactly what to do. For instance, I can ask fitness business coaching clients, what are you willing to commit to between now and next time? But if they don't know how to create that powerful one-liner that they need for their business, they don't know how to create a brand mission statement or craft a series of emails that uses the right words based on their clients on what motivates their dream customer to buy, then my asking them what they want to do is like asking them, what ingredients do you want to put in your fruitcake? If you've never made fruitcake, the only one I could get right is rum. I don't know about you. That's the only thing I know. But you can't ask them, what do you want to do? What do you want to commit to? If they have no clue, they need that direction. So, because I often have to ask my clients, what do you want to commit to next time? It's an open-ended question, because if they don't have the ABCs, they don't have that one-liner, they don't have the mission statement, and they don't have the marketing words that make their ideal customer say yes, they don't know them or how to use them. I can't ask them to write a sequence of emails. That would be like suicide, business suicide. So the trick here is you need to know when you're being a coach, a consultant, and a trainer. And then you want to charge accordingly. Accountability coaching is the lowest of the rankings as far as coaching goes. So training is next. You're going to empower them to do it themselves. You're like a trade school, right? So you're training them quick. Here's how you do this. You got it. Shadow me, watch me. I'll watch you. We'll correct it. Now you correct yourself. Great. You got it. Done. Consulting is the highest paid, and that can include coaching to support it, meaning you come in and consult, you teach them based on where you are, based on what's happening for you, based on your hormone signs and symptoms. Here's the exercise tweaks that I would suggest that you make. Then you say, which of those do you want to commit to? Where do you want to start? Now you consulted and you're a coach. But they still have to do it, right? So coaching is an ongoing thing. So this is an example of how you create a program. You say, here's what you do on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, right? So you lay it out for them. And then you can offer the accountability coaching to help them understand the why. And now that they have the GPS, here's what happens on Monday, here's what's Tuesday, they aren't using it, or they're resisting it, or they don't believe it will work for them, that requires coaching. So you can get to what's behind those limiting beliefs. Why didn't they follow through? What was hard about getting all the protein in, right? So that's a common question or theme. Is it hard for me to get all the protein in? I don't know what you mean by that. Is it hard for you to walk into the kitchen and make the smoothie? Is it hard for you to grill the chicken, to defrost it? What is hard about that? I'm not quite sure, right? So that's where coaching comes in. So back to you. Are you a coach? Do you need one? Or do you need a consultant? Somebody to tell you what's the right thing to do to be successful, plus a coach to help you do it in your way. If you'd like to identify the right words to put in front of your dream female clients, I have a special Marketing to Women copywriting course. If you click from the show episode today that you're listening to, you'll get a special rate. If you want a fast flip business coaching session, it's a series of 6 30-minute sessions to help you eradicate any limiting beliefs that you've got, or to nail your personal traits and put that in a one-liner in a mission statement so that nobody can compete with you and you make decisions really easily for your business, like about where to spend money and whether you can afford it. I'll put a link in the show notes. It's really the best way to help somebody. Combine consulting with coaching, both you helping your dream clients and you getting help for yourself. Stop struggling. We expect our clients to get help. Why don't we? Why are we so reluctant to admit that we still need help or not where we want to go? What are you waiting for? Let's start finding those clients, those ideal dream clients who are looking for you today. You can find today's show notes at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/ways to generate revenue. And no matter what it is, you know what? I mean, think about a trip to Hawaii. What is that? I mean, if you didn't spend a whole lot of money doing excursion after excursion, if you wanted to raise right now $4,000 so that you could jump on a plane, stay in a nice hotel, just stand up paddleboard or snorkel the day away, you could do that. $4,000 isn't very hard to raise. You create a $1,000 package, you sell 4 of them, you get in front of the right people, boom. You, my friend, have a drink with a little umbrella in front of it. Okay, what are you waiting for? That little umbrella and your clients are waiting.